Hello and welcome back. Last time we started going up there. We have to here we have, I think, everything we need. We started work on the humble structure. For some fucking reason I'm missing one of these. Weird. Whatever. So last time I ended up getting some nukes and nuking. So today we're going to be showing them what it means to be a Factorio player. By which I mean we'll be probably blowing more of them up. I'm trying to remember if I still need something, but I'll run up there, forget about it, and then have to run all the way back once. Robots, it's fucking robots. Hold on. Oi, oi, give me some. There we go. Okay, now we can head up there. I was gonna add nuclear power, so basically I was gonna get nukes for late game, that's why I did so much Covarex, but that was secondary to just, you know, doing basic stuff. I set up stuff for my reactor, and then I realized that we are entirely running in solar during the day, which is absurd. I've never done solar before. It always felt like you needed to fill up half your bloody base with solar panels, but no. Because we were on Vulcanus for so damn long that, our solar array could, like, you know, finish up being set up, and we had enough stuff because we needed it for space platforms, you know, so we already had automation. So it wasn't that difficult for us to do. For a second I thought I forgot rails and I was gonna start screaming in pain. But no, it's fine. Okay, please just keep on going like this. Up to sure here. Is there anything I'd like to talk about? Sure. So between last video and today, Pokemon Legends ZA was announced. Oh fuck. Big bug. I need to get piercing ammo or uranium ammo. Like, seriously. Actually, we'll do that now. Just over here. Become the producer of uranium ammo. Uranium ammo only requires U-238, so we'll be fine. So I want you, and I want you, and you will require 100 of these, and, about 100 of these. Oh, and neither of them... Huh. Well. Why? Oh, are they out of range? No. Logistic storage has a lot of them, so it's fine. We have been stockpiling them. Okay, should be fine now. Whatever. We need to be careful as we continue going up. But yeah, I want to talk about Pokemon Legends Z2A because I am very excited. Which is not something I would normally say for a Pokemon game. Normally, I am a medium amount of excited. Because the thing with Pokemon is, there's a lot of really annoying people who don't play Pokemon, who don't understand the fun in Pokemon. Or the fake Pokemon fans, which I'll get into a little later. But basically, the issue is, Pokemon games have this little problem in the sorta epic gamer community, which is that Pokemon are simultaneously... oh, there's a nest up there we'll have to obliterate. Pokemon are simultaneously, like, pro games and noob games, right? There is something... there is something for, like, both sides of the camp, right? Both in terms of how huge stuff like VGC is, which, if you aren't aware, is, like, the tournament scene. Jesus. And, it is genuinely, like, really big. Especially lately. However, what you'll notice is just, how many people who don't actually... how many people who don't care about Pokemon will, suddenly have an opinion on them once a new game comes out, once a new game is announced, and, the only thing they'll talk about, are the graphics. Which is really interesting, because Pokemon has never been a good-looking series. Like, go back to Gen 1, go back to Gen 3. There are so many games that, on basically every system, which absolutely put Pokemon to shame. For instance, you know, Gen 1, I don't know anything about Game Boy graphics, but even so, those games looked really primitive. Then, Gen 3, like, have you seen, for instance, the Minish Cap? I know looks really nice. We're out of... Oh. Like, the Minish Cap looks really nice. If you want another example, fuck, you have, for Gen 4, you have, I think it's called Infinite Sky? There's a, like, absurdly good-looking game. You also have... Well, there's quite a few of them, you know? But what I'm trying to say is, no matter what, Pokemon has never been, like, a particularly good-looking game on any system. And the issue is that, nowadays, graphics matter even less. And yet, people get really angry when Pokemon games kind of look like, you know, just not as good. Well, they're not even bad looking. And I'm someone who has had actual, genuine, like, constructive criticism, TM, of, Pokemon's art style. My biggest issue with Scarlet and Violet wasn't that, you know, Ooga Booga, Lebed graphic. No. My issue was that the art style was kind of flat, and that I felt like it was sorta way too desaturated for a game like Pokemon. That was my complaint. As you can tell, my complaint wasn't that, like some people had with Legends Z2A, that it should look like Red Dead Redemption 2, because honestly, seeing a, like, hyper-realistic Pikachu just reminds me... Have you seen those memes that are like, you know, this will be gaming in 2024, and it's like a fucking, you know, grotesque, hyper-realistic version of Mario? You know, the one where it's like, Super Mario in real life, with a little British kid says it, and then, like, it's... You know the one I'm talking about. Nobody who actually plays Pokemon wants that. Just wait a... Did I just kill one of my own bots? Okay. Like, nobody who actually plays Pokemon wants their games to look like that, because, you know, very clearly, they would look horrible. Okay. I like how I'm out of ammo, and instead of going home, I just deal with it. What happens when you're out of ammo in Factorio? Step 1. Go insane. Step 2. Go insane. Step 3. Go insane. Dude, all these steps are the same. I know. Go insane. No, but for real though, it is kind of crazy just how, And the thing is, I wouldn't even really call myself a Pokemon fan. Like, I like the games quite a lot, very clearly. I like some of the Pokemon. I'm gonna stay silent on what some of my favorite Pokemon are, for, reasons. I think I forgot a storage tank. Oopsie daisies. Yeah, well, I always seem to forget something. Just drive you over here. Actually, we'll make one soonish. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to go over here. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy this portion of the wall. Okay, I should probably tile this somehow. And then I'll set up like, yeah, sure. Oh. Straight rail fans when gay rail fans walk into the room. Literally explodes. Oh. Zam! I have to move this out by one. Oh, fuck. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I fucked it somewhere. Guys, where did I... Here? No. I swear it's messed up somewhere. Oh, it's messed up over here. Nope. Whatever. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just needs to be usable. Yeah. I mean, I'd say which my favorite Pokemon are. It's just that I don't want to, because it's funny. You probably... I'm already saying too much when I say it's funny. None of them are meme Pokemon. Okay, one of them is. At least one of them is. Yeah, it is kind of sad, though, how some Pokemon have been sort of, ruined by people who don't really interact with the Pokemon community. So, like, for instance, you all know, like, the fucking cute little water dog, Vaporeon, ha ha ha, copy pasta, ha ha ha. Except nobody who's into Pokemon, like, you know, who plays the games is, mentioning the copy pasta. It's only the non-fans with, you know, it's the only point of reference they have. They don't know it's a cute, stupid little water type that can disappear into the water. And if, you know, you knew that, you probably wouldn't, you know, you'd make other jokes about it. I like that it has, it's kind of fat, okay? And I kind of like that in a cute way, okay? It is just... It's a little bit chunky. Okay, we need pumps. And I put the pumps in here somewhere. Just give me these. Okay, so what I need is... Well, I don't have any storage tanks. Because of my very high IQ. Yeah. It's kind of funny how many people say weird, stupid, and incorrect stuff. Like, one common thing I hear is the idea that IQ isn't real. Which is a misunderstanding of, something else. So, the idea that IQ isn't real, I don't know where it started, but it is. It's just that IQ as a, you know, measurement of general intelligence isn't true. For those who don't know, IQ is good at measuring your IQ. It is not good at measuring intelligence because you can't, you know, you can't really quantify that. So whenever people talk about IQ, you know, you'll run into the slight little problem where it doesn't actually mean much, but IQ is real. Like, it's a real test. And if you score, like, an X amount of points on an IQ exam, you know, that means you will, you know, have, you know, it means something. It's just that it doesn't mean your literal intelligence. I think that that's what a lot of people get, like, mixed up about, IQ. And even so, like, I think the biggest issue in general with IQ stuff is just that people kind of let it go to the head, both in, like... Actually, not both. Mostly in a negative way. Like, people get so obsessed with it. It's kind of funny, though. I have never... And I kind of refuse to do this on a sort of... I don't want to say moral basis, but basically... I refuse to get an IQ... Like, I refuse to get my IQ tested. For the simple reason that I really don't want to know, okay? Like, I understand that some people are like, oh, but you'll know your IQ. I don't want to know my IQ. I am a perfectly happy person right now. I know that from my point of view, I have most likely somewhere around, like, average intelligence. And I don't care enough, and I do not want my life to be ruled by a number that I am completely aware would subconsciously, you know, influence the way I feel about myself. Even if I could say, oh yeah, it doesn't mean anything. No, it would still, like, subconsciously influence me. And I don't want that. If it ends up that I'm some kind of hyper genius, which I know I'm not, right? But if it would magically end up telling me that, it would, like, you know, make me a worse person, at least with the way I see it. Because I do not trust myself enough to know that that won't just, you know, go to my head. You know, make whatever memes you want, but it's the way I feel about it. So at the end of the day, it's just not something I want to deal with. And I understand how many people, like, I understand that very often our lives are kind of ruled by the idea of IQ and intellect, but, like, man, no, it really doesn't matter. Like, especially with the idea of intelligence, where, like, first of all, you can be intelligent, but you can be stupid at the same time, right? Having intellect doesn't mean you're not stupid, it just means you're intelligent. Like, you can be really smart, but also be really stupid. I don't know how to exactly describe it, but you know exactly what I mean. You've probably seen the kind of guy who's, like, intelligent, but also stupid. How many of these? Yeah, that's 6 belts? I think we'll be able to do 7. Right, yeah. Kind of like this. And that means the whole patch is covered. Yeah, I should have brought over the other belts, but I couldn't be bothered. I also think that one big issue with my particular way of doing videos is that very often I talk about things that are maybe a bit alienating. Not just, like, in terms of, oh, this is too complicated, but, like, also just things people aren't really searching for in these kinds of videos, right? But I go off of the idea that it's my channel, so, you know, I'll do whatever I want. Oh yeah, also, I'm gonna replace this with those. I mean, I just want to finish this first. But yeah, I mean, realistically, let's be real here. I don't think anyone comes to a video like this for a intelligent discussion about almost anything, really. Maybe about Factorio. But there's nothing really to talk about, you know, right now. Like, what do you want me to say? Wow, guys, I'm hooking this iron up together. I'm aware that these videos aren't really, you know, peak video game content. But I don't like the term content anyways. I think I said this before. It just, in my opinion, saying the things you make as content kinda, in my opinion, devalues it a little bit, because, like, it's kind of like that perception of art, right? Where, a long time ago, not literally, but, you know, a decent chunk of time ago, people made these very long arguments, to see what was and what wasn't art. Because, as you can probably see, a lot of people have some really weird opinions about what it means to be an artist, or, like, you know, what it means to make art. So you run into situations where you, kind of see YouTube, for instance, because there's such a big profit incentive for a lot of people. Obviously not me, but, like, you see people talk about their videos like they're, you know, content ready to be consumed, because, well, that's how some people make them. And in my opinion, that's... Right, I never hooked this up, huh? And in my opinion, that is kind of gross, but it's the way it is. And, like, realistically, do I find that kind of, you know... Oh yeah, guys, look at this content. I provide so much content to you guys. I would, oh fuck, I'm out of belts. Whatever. I'll head back to base then really quickly. Yeah, but I'd never use the term content to describe the stuff I do. Feels like, you know, it feels like I'm devaluing the very things I'm doing. Hate you, bugs. Not even a bunny. Oh, why are you? Whatever. Oh, I have bots. Whatever. Huh. Oh, I need more walls as well. Yeah, I should probably do that ASAP. Well, if that's the base up there, Ripperoonie, no. What was I going to do? Oh, alright, get belts. What's funny is I don't even have blue belts here. I have belts. Was that it? I think it was. Yeah, I think it is. Let's head up there and set it up. Yeah. It is always kind of interesting to, play these kinds of games. I mean, the thing is, I have my own blind spots in games, right? Like, I don't play sports games at all, and I don't play fighting games at all. I never like them, I'll never like them, I don't care. So, whenever you talk about, like, you know, video games, and it's like, oh yeah, what good games are there? You're kinda looking at it from a, you know, sort of lens where, oh, what good games are there that already sort of appeal to your interests? Because, like, realistically, what games do I really like? I mean, there's clearly Factorio, because I'm playing it, but there's so much more. Huh? Like, if you want an example, there's... Well, there are a lot of games, but, like... There are also a lot of games that are kind of technically, like, quote-unquote mid, but that are, like, really fun. There's this one PS1 game I've been playing quite a lot of recently. Even if that wasn't my intention, I was just trying to get a bit of footage for a video I was working on. It's called Terracon, and it looks amazing for a PS1 game. It puts... The thing is, right? I found out about this game on a forum when I was searching for something completely different. And basically... The thing was, I am, as you can probably tell, somebody who is relatively well-versed about old consoles. That is kind of my... That is kind of what I find fun, so I spend time researching that sort of stuff. And one annoying thing which I ran into was people who thought that, like, big open worlds were impossible on, you know, the PlayStation, while the reality was... you just didn't really have a reason to have, like, the kinds of games you did on N64. There were some limitations, of course, but overall, like, there was just not a lot of reason for it. So developers and, like, the market wasn't there, because, let's be real here, a lot of the time, who likes to play games where there's a big open world where you can do anything? It's kids. Especially at the time, you know, adults played Final Fantasy, little kids played The Legend of Zelda. And, well, both of those games were really good, so, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Like, realistic... Oh, there's even oil here. Like, realistically, there's a lot that can be said about, you know, the PS1 or whatever, and, like, the games on it. But, like, I'm working on this video where I want to go into detail specifically on the kinds of games that were possible or impossible on both systems. Because it's so different from what people think. To spoil the video for you, and maybe the video's already out by the time you're watching this, I do not know. The kinds of games that were impossible on PlayStation were games that required more than 2 megabytes of main system memory at a time. I forgot to put in any repair packs. Which, for those who don't know what that means, it means that basically, like, what are some games on the N64 that use more than 2 megabytes of specifically system memory? Well, there's not many, because the N64 had 4 megabytes of total memory. The PS1 had had 3.5 megabytes of total memory. The issue was that there are some games that basically use all of the memory as just RAM, and they use little to no VRAM, right? I mean, I guess they do use a frame buffer, but still. And one of those examples would be RTS games like StarCraft 64, and a lot of other games, but for now, let's use StarCraft 64, Donkey Kong, and, like, you know, Perfect Dark and Majora's Mask, right? They all require the expansion pack, which is why I want to bring them up. The thing is, you don't really need an expansion pack for those games. It's just that you could use it. Like, you don't need it from a technical perspective. For every game except StarCraft, it wouldn't be too much effort to just, like, disassemble the levels into smaller chunks. Like, you know, in Ocarina of no, not Ocarina. In Majora's Mask, you can just make multiple parts of Clocktown. In... what was the other game? In, like, Perfect Dark, or, you know... Well, the reason why DK64 used, the expansion pack was because it was using a, it was basically using it to store lighting data, which is why the game has a lot of dynamic lights. But it really didn't even, like, you know... I mean, it's not that the game was impossible, you would have just needed, like, a loading zone or two. And, like, when we're talking about what's possible or not, I mean, loading zones aren't unheard of on the N64 or the PS1. It's just that on the PS1 they would have been a little bit longer. And there are some games like Terracon, for instance. I don't know if you've noticed, I mentioned this game a little bit earlier, that look really, really good. They have a ton of effects, and more importantly, they are stupidly big. And I do mean stupidly big. Like, the world in Terracon is, well, okay, one of the levels in Terracon is, like, larger than the big ol' Hyrule field that, like, a lot of people talk about being impossible on the PlayStation. And there are a ton of levels, and all of them are basically, you know, that sort of size. Some of them are even larger. Some of them have huge, indoor air, like, some of them have huge, outdoor open areas. Some of them are more like islands. Overall, it's really cool. But more importantly, it's not impossible on PlayStation. It's actually clearly possible because they did it. And Terracon is just like the best example. You could find more examples relatively easily. It's just that the reason why I didn't was because why would I, like, search for more examples when one of them's there? I mean, there are more examples. Hell, look at Driver. That had an absurdly large city, putting, like, a lot of PS... Hell, the city's larger than, like, fucking the city from GTA 3, I'd argue. Like, that's a huge-ass game. It's just that, you know, people didn't really give that much of a shit about Terracon because by the time it came out, like, you know, 2000, the PS2 is already out. Not the same case for Ocarina of Time, of course, you know. Sorry, for Majora's Mask. I always confuse the two names for some reason. But, like, realistically, do I think Terracon is a better game? Of course not. They're very different games, but, like, realistically, I had quite a bit of fun when I played it, and I played it for quite a few hours, and I'm still nowhere near done. It has a ton of levels, and, like, I do genuinely mean a ton. Way more than I expected. Because, for some reason, almost like the PS1 was easy to dev for, these guys could just pump out a bunch of levels, and all of them are, like, fun and different. Like, every single level could be interconnected if they wanted to, but no, they didn't do that. They instead made you go on, like, an intergalactic adventure, I guess intersolar system adventure, where every single planet has its own, like, the world map is really graphically impressive. The world map. They took something as banal as the map, which you use when you go between the worlds, you know? Like the level select. And they made it a graphical spectacle. And whenever you load into a stage, you have this cool-ass cutscene as your ship flies above the terrain. It's such a cinematic game. It has its flaws, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not a perfect game. Nothing is. But man, if there was such a thing as a game which shines despite its flaws, like, that's gotta be it. Like, it's such a fun... Like, the thing which gets me is just how much fun it is, okay? Like, such a fun experience. But no. People don't talk about Terracon. Nobody does, because the game was a European PAL exclusive. Normally when a game is a PAL exclusive, it either means that, it has the chance to be the worst game of all time, or it has the chance to be a really good game. There are no in-betweens. Very few European-only releases are really fucking mid. I could postulate that the reason why is because XYZ, but I have no clue why. It's just the way the world works, you know? It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Just the way it goes. But I have to say, my least favorite part about the game has to be that sometimes some of the secrets, which are obviously, you know, non-mandatory, but some of the secrets are one-timers, and the levels are kind of long. But sometimes, like, you have to do a thing on a platform, like, you have to get into the platform, and sometimes either I can't figure out how to get the platform back down, or the platform doesn't go back down. I don't know. All I know is that it doesn't cooperate. Wait, come on. There we go. What did I do? Please tell me you have belts. You have belts. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, right. Look at how fast this is now, man. The belt isn't fully saturated, but it almost is. You can see. Yeah. Boosting throughput, and we're already done. Let's do this, and then I'll, Right, so how do I have a feeling I'm a little bit low in space. I'm gonna need belts. Oh yeah, right, I also need some ammo. From head to toe, he was covered in ammo. Merry Christmas. Oh, wow. Now you're all gonna die. The night Santa went crazy. The night Saint Nick went nuts. Realized he was getting the raw deal. Something finally must have snapped in his head. Huh. Okay, wait a minute. This is fine. Oh, it is. I love this so much. Look at how well this works. Okay, well, the VTS is parked, waiting for all the signs. Vulcanus. Wake up. Wake up, Vulcanus. Oh, it is making signs, just slowly. Are the rockets? No, the rockets are. Oh, right. You need to send up 1,000 signs per rocket. Okay, that makes slightly more sense. Okay, we have guns. We have everything. All we need is to well, we have to stop this. Okay, well, I'll have a 8 to 4 balancer up here. Which will mean that also this will need to be extended up. Like this. There we go. Okay. Deleting some more things. Then give me an 8x8. We'll also have to delete this, honestly, and move it up like... I'm just gonna put this back later, okay? So I'll put this over here like this. And then over here, I'm just going to, like, connect the outputs first. Okay, and then this one will go like that, and then this one... There we go. So how do we even do this? Like this, maybe? Yeah, sure. Is it a bad solution? Yeah, but it... Who cares? Okay, so... That should be... Fuck. That should be 1. That should be 2. Look at how much it helps when I'm forward thinking and I leave enough space. If you can't tell, the joke is that I wasn't forward thinking. Though I did leave space specifically for this later. That's kids, why crime never pays something. I don't know. I'm not exactly in the know. But what I do know is that blowing up bugs pays very clearly. Although I guess it's not illegal. Or maybe it is. Maybe the bugs are actually, you know, the hatchery... Maybe it's the Hatchery Owners Association giving me a stern... Giving me a polite yet stern warning that, I'm polluting too much, and that is breaching the terms of my contract. Who knows? If you don't get that joke, I'm sorry. You'll never know. Huh. Oh yeah, ew, I don't want iron chests. Iron chests are yucky. There we go. Only 71 solar panels to be built. Okay. So how's the steel situation? Finally not awful. We finally caught up. The rockets are at a standstill because I'm not firing them. We can disable... show enemy, yeah. Okay, so how's it doing now? Oh my god. By the way, this is very... These guys have a 50... Not only an 80% productivity, but they have a 50% resource drain, meaning that 11 million is actually 22 million. I will replace that iron patch as well. Not this one. This one has nothing in... Actually, you know what? I mean, do we have the... We don't have the mining drills. Okay. Platform beta. Make another trip to, the Vulcanus. I shall this time request, 200. I'm gonna replace all my miners with the big ones. Because holy shit, the big miners are so good. I love them so much. Like, why do you even need a mine? Wait, can I? Oh yeah, I was confused, but no, the bots are coming in. Isn't this beautiful? Well, it should be. However, let's do this. All right. Also, I should have some turbo belts on in the base, correct? Yeah. Let's do it this way. Is it stupid? Yeah. But is it quick? Hell yeah. Huh? Oh, I'm stupid, never mind. No, 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 like this. There we go. Full power. Now that platform beta's here and we're waiting for these guys. Yeah, fuck. Okay, request them. How many? How many? On the way, 200. That... Okay, yeah, because we have 10 rockets, and one of them can accept 20. So I'm assuming... Oh, we missed it! Look at how they're all coming up in unison! That's... Okay, except that guy for some reason. That's so cool! Actually, we have speed modules here. I get prod would be better. However, we're getting him some speed modules. Look at how quick this is now. Oh yeah, right, let's finally do this. Okay, here I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. And by a little bit differently, I mean I'm going to, just... like, set them up like this. I love how the, little things are oriented on them. Okay. They should give us a decent chunk of them per second. Don't know how many yet. We'll see. Let it be a lot. It'll make me very happy. Now miners, mine away. Wait, 1 sulfur per mining operation. How much do you use? Also 1. So these are just way more efficient in every way. Huh. Okay, let's put more on, because we can. Oh, I see. That's the actual input. So these will just run out soon, I think. Really? No, that is the connection for something else. Huh. Okay, so I'll want you to just do this. There we go. Problem solved. Now we have a lot more uranium. Platform Beta, are you satisfied yet? Yes, you are. Okay, head all the way back to Now Vis. Gee, how much science do we even have here? Well, I mean, it's a lot, but still. And you're still waiting. What's the issue? I think we just don't have enough. Okay, now we're out of this. Why? Oh. Because you're eating half of them. It's fine, it's fine. We just need even more tungsten. We'll get more tungsten. Can't go over there, sadly, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, there's actually some over here. Okay, Platform Beta's heading home. Can't believe this train wreck of a ship works. Especially compared to how refined this one looks and drives. Like, look at it, please. Look at how cool this is. This doesn't even, like, connect to any of the, ship parts. The ship parts are fully separate. It has working engines that don't run out of fuel halfway through the mission. It's so cool. It's clearly my, second attempt at, making a rocket. Well, technically third, but we don't talk about the first one. The first one kind of, had a bit of an oopsie. Well, the first one was basically a test drive. And now, as you can see... Hey, that's nearly done. Oh! That's one. How can they fit so many in that? Okay, let's now take the mining drills. Okay. So we don't have a lot of stone left, actually. Which is concerning. But it's fine. Oh, we only need it for walls that we need for defense. It's fine. So let's increase how much stone we have. Technically, there's more stone there. Technically, there are more... Technically, we have stone. Okay, we don't have to worry. It's fine. Oh my god, it's some spitters. Oh. Oh, never mind. They're dead. Here, we'll just do this. I don't see why not. It'll be actually a little bit too much for one belt, I think, but it's fine. Kinda crazy how, oops, wait, oh, did I? Whatever. Yeah, look, but it's whatever. We aren't here for peak, I mean, we are here for peak efficiency. But the main goal is to just, like, have optimal mining efficiency, not optimal space efficiency. Yeah, look at this mess. Who designed this? Oh, right, it was me. This is how it looks like when you open up. It doesn't even look like this is what I would expect a person to look like, not my fucking Factorio thing. Okay, hold on. Where are you going to? One of these is gonna run out eventually. Hold on. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes to this one. 6 goes to that one. Wait, so it's these two. Wait a minute. What? Hold on. So this guy doesn't go to anywhere, it seems. Huh? How? Okay, this guy... Oh, I see. Ooh. Okay, problem solved. Now it's like, let's actually do the patch. Now we'll just steal the design from over here. There we go. Actually, it won't fit, so let's build it differently. Okay, let's see. How's the patch? The patch is like this. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a 1 gap. Yeah, but I'll need a 2 gap here between the batches for the sides. No, that's only 5, huh? Now we can do it by having them in sets of 3s. So that's 1 belt. That's 2 belts. There's gonna be 3 belts, and like that's gonna be 4 belts, I think. Yeah. Okay, so that's 1. Oops. That's 2. Damn it. What is... It's fine, it's fine. Then, it's gonna be 3. Okay. And that's gonna be full. One thing which I kind of struggle to understand is there are some people who find Factorio difficult, but I honestly don't really see where they're coming from. And this isn't like, oh yeah, guys, I'm a pro gamer. I don't see why, what Dark Souls, like, level 1 being hard? Nah, you're just bad. No, I genuinely don't see the difficulty in a game like Factorio. It's not an easy game, right? But I don't see it as particularly difficult in any way. Like, I understand that maybe, like, if you can't read, it's a difficult game. And that's probably why it has the reputation it does almost entirely. But, like, if you just have basic levels of reading comprehension, you'll do fine. You just have to zoom in and, like, count the numbers. You just go in and, like, okay, you just go like, okay, so this takes 4.5 items per second, and this belt takes this much, so doing very, very simple napkin math, we need roughly around this much, you know? Like, that's it. It's not like it's a complex science. Yeah, the game's simple. Oh yeah, I should also improve these ones, because they're very low. But you know, like, I've seen people act like Factorio is a difficult game, and I wonder why. Is it just that people don't read? Like, maybe, I guess, but realistically, if you think about it, like, surely you can just read a little bit, and it's not that difficult anymore. Though, like, I understand that, why are you here? Whatever. Like, some, like, I mean, like, let's be real here. What are the kinds of people who play? I mean, I guess it's similarly to Kerbal Space Program, where, although I'd say no, KSP is way harder than Factorio. In KSP, you still need to know how to pilot vehicles. Knowing how to pilot something that controls, like, you know, something that flies like a pig is genuinely a skill in KSP. Knowing how to pilot things in Factorio, I mean, there's nothing worth piloting. What are you gonna control, a tank? The only real skill is in knowing how to use circuits, and even that is, like, not really that much of a skill. Like, I mean, sure, it's useful, but you don't really need to know, like, circuits for most stuff in base game. Like, this run is the first time I ever used, like, actual combinators, you know? Like, when I was on the spaceship. Before this, I never used them. And they were really easy and intuitive to figure out. You just have to know the basics. So it makes me really wonder, like, is the game just hard because people don't really, like, care to learn its mechanics? Because that has happened before. Quite a few games have had, like, pretty negative reputations for the difficulty when they really aren't. It's kind of like how Cynthia in Pokemon was always seen as, like, a really tough gym trainer. Though she's only tough if you are, like, you know... She's only tough if you don't engage with the mechanics, right? Like, if you're bad at the game, sure, she's hard, but she's meant to test your game knowledge. She's the final boss. And if you actually know how to play the game, you can just obliterate her team. Though I guess, you know, Pokemon's audience is mostly kids. Or I guess Pokemon's primary audience is kids and casual players, so... You know, I guess it makes sense. Though honestly, Pokemon's audience is in a bit of a weird spot where... Like, a lot of there are like 3 kinds of Pokemon fans, right? Casual, competitive, and single player. And I'm the 3rd category. I like Pokemon, but I'm not a competitive player, right? Like, I find the games really fun. I like it for the single player, I like it for the catching aspect, I like it for the team building, but I think that, and this is why I like the Legends games, they're actually, like, detached from... Because you have to think, right? Balancing a single player and a multiplayer game is very different. In single player, you have to balance, for instance, you know, let's take a game that isn't PvP, right? Let's take Terraria, right? In Terraria, you balance a hard weapon by making it hard to, like, you know, you balance a strong weapon by making it hard to get, while an easier weapon may be less powerful, like, well, an easy to get weapon may be less powerful, but, you know, it's gonna be more consistent when you get it. Or, like, for instance, you know, you can use chlorified bullets, which deal less damage, but they're way easier to aim with. So, if you just want to focus on staying alive and you're fine with dealing less DPS, you can use chlorified. I mean, I use chlorified. I have no shame. So you have to consider stuff like that in single player, but in multiplayer, oh, it's so different. When you have competitive stuff, you have to balance it. Like, all the competitive, like, you know, if the player is so mobile, and a lot of the battle in, like, a multiplayer Terraria game would be about dodging, then having bullets that are homing in would just be kind of overpowered if you think about it. So realistically, like, that wouldn't be a very good game mechanic, so we have to balance chlorified bullets in some other way, and you see very quickly it kind of spirals out of control. Meanwhile, you don't really get that in single-player games, right? Things will just be balanced for the player to have fun, and not, like, for every other in-game mechanic to reinforce that. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I understand a lot of people really like their games being fair and balanced, and that is why I understand why multiplayer games should be that way. But with single-player stuff, you want to go on a power trip after, like, beating a big boss, right? You know, you wanna show your power, your strength. And that's why single-player and multiplayer games are just fucking different. And that's why I'm really happy that the new Pokemon stuff is just gonna be kind of separate. It's because the stuff that's balanced, you know, Pokemon can be balanced both for the single-player audience and for the competitive audience. Like, imagine a Pokemon that's an absolute tank in single-player mode, but then the stats in the multiplayer mode are still good, like, they're still fine, but they're nowhere near as, you know, overpowered. And I think that'd be completely fine. I mean, like, it would be a little bit weird to see, like, you know, rebalanced Incineroar not being completely overpowered, but, like, it'd be fine. Oh, yeah, by the way, look, 6k science, 6... Wait a minute, what? Unful... Why did you leave if the requests weren't satisfied? I'm gonna ask this in the Factorio fucking Discord. I'll just do... Metallurgic science is 0. Okay, yeah. By the way, look at how cool this is now. There we go. Okay. What's next? Oh. Hello there. Why are they so AFK? Oh, the pollution cloud isn't really even properly reaching them. It's reaching those nests. That's kind of weird. Now, at least. Okay. How much solar power do we have now? Okay. We have 2.5k times 0.06. We have 152 megawatts. Huh. I don't want to make a... Look, they're already AFK. It's fine. I'm pretty sure they'll only kick in if it's too low or something. We'll see. I don't know why I even built this, considering how much capacity I have everywhere else. Oh yeah, this was at the beginning where I needed to have... I didn't have enough power for these guys. Okay, whatever. Vulcanus transfer ship is now throwing out all the science packs. Oh. Oh, okay. Just do this, I guess, then. Whatever. All requests satisfied. What if I... Whatever. What do we do now? What do we do next? I honestly think what I want to do is I want to go back to Vulcanus. I want to expand how much metallurgy science I'm getting. Well, not even that. I want to expand how many rockets I have ready. I want to properly expand my production even further, because you can see there's a lot of space here that I could use. I basically want to build... like, up my Vulcanus base so much. Huh, interesting. Okay, that's where the other guys were before. Okay, but yeah, I want to build up my Vulcanus base so much that it's going to basically supply everything else. We have 10 rockets. We need more. The goal is to basically make everything here where it's essentially free and then ship it out across the solar system. And I believe that, to do that, we'll need to make a ship that can go all the way to Aquilo. But that'll be something for later. What I'll probably do is I'll probably have to modify Platform Beta and just keep using it. It's not very good, but it's good enough. So, the goal for Platform Beta will be... well, actually, no. I think I may honestly just reuse this design, you know? Clone it somehow. Because this design seems to be really good. It works so well, and it's also going kind of quick, even if the thruster fuel is getting, it's not keeping up with the demand. But we did stop at Vulcanus. Actually, let's really quickly add like, actually, it'd be nice if we could get efficiency modules being built, on Vulcanus. I think we can only get tier 2s, but getting them on the ships would be really nice, because all of these can accept them. And efficiency modules would make basically a ship like this immediately work, even when it's close to, you know, the other places. But if I'm gonna make a second rendition of the ship, I'll probably make the butt a little longer, and I'll add more, I'll also maybe make the nose a little longer, try to add twice the amount of oxidizer. Because these use 27 per second, these ones use 120 per second, yeah. We'll see. But yeah, I'll see you next time when I bother doing that. Goodbye. Oh, there's an attack.